1 Extra.
Yep, it's your boy Charlie Sloth, BBC Radio 1, BBC Radio 1 Extra. I'm joined in the studio right now by the one and only Giggs. Make some noise in the studio, come on! Now, Giggs, there's something I've got to talk to you about, bro. Now, I've got my own theory on this, but I need to ask you yourself. Now, you've been in the game for a long time, bro. Obviously, you came through the doors with that, massive some support from the legend that is Tim Westwood, talking to artists. Before that, you had loads of tapes out. But that was your real introduction to the industry where people was like, right, this kid's hard. And from then to now, to what I'm to them, and all the greatness that's happens in between it, what do you think it is that's made you the biggest hip-hop rap artist in Europe, period?
It's just like, man, just like enjoys music. That's it. Simple as that.
All right, can I give you my theory?
Go on.
Now, for me, I feel like you're the only artist from then to now who's never conformed. Who's never changed what he was about then until now. And I think people respect you and admire you for that. Because in that period of time, there was a lot of people, a lot of our mutual friends that saw the money boat and jumped on it without any thought for their art or for what they was creating. And you had, because at the end of the day, a man talking...
Really, I don't think it was a money thing. It was just more like the way you think you should play the game thing. You know what I mean? Like, because like that time, what you're talking about, everyone was like, all my peers was getting signed. You know, the ones like.
So why didn't you do it when you had multiple opportunities to make commercial pop records and you never did it? Why?
It wasn't an option for me though.
But why wasn't it an option for you?
Because I can't roll to that in my whip. Like,
you know
what I'm saying? Like, innit? I can't have that. Like, we're in the whip. Oh yeah, put my man's thing on, man. Like, oh, what about my thing? No, your thing's alright, but you're on the you're doing that thing, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Because that's what I would say to me if I, you know what I mean? Yeah, slap that out. Like, you know them ones. And a lot of brothers weren't rolling to their own thing, but like, you know what I mean? And that's the only reason I make music, bro. When I need a new CD, a new gigs, I'll make a CD.
To listen to yourself?
Yeah. We could call it big-headed, bro. Man's thing's hard, blood.
It's hard.
You know?
It's hard.
And sometimes I need a new gig CD, bro. So I'll just make that. And it's always been like that. Always been like that. So that's what I'm saying. It wasn't an option. You know what I mean? Like, because I can't roll to that. And that's it, really. So when people are like, yeah, man, you never conformed. And plus I knew as well that I didn't have to. You know what I mean? I grew up on hip-hop, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like from NWA all the way up to, I don't know, like fucking to Jigga to, I don't know, I mean Biggie to Jigga, I don't know, to Eminem, right? They never made like no bullshit. They always had hip hop, like, you know what I'm saying? When they was putting out a single or something, it was a banger. You know, then once I knew like I'm making hip hop, like, and that's pop. So if I want to make like something, I don't know, like half commercial, it's just got to be like a bad boy club tune or like an emotional song or, do you know what I'm saying? I knew I didn't have to do bullshit. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that was it.
What would you say is different from gigs then to gigs now?
What do you mean?
As a person. Like what's changed about you as a person?
Well, just my life, innit?
Yeah? Has it changed a lot now?
Yeah, of course. 100 million %.
I just put it out there.
100 million %.
Hey, we just come back from a restaurant that I couldn't even afford to go in there, into this restaurant. I couldn't even afford to go into this restaurant.
I like the food there, bro.
The first time I've ever ate lobster in my life was today. Giggs was like, what, you don't eat lobster? I'm like, I can't afford lobster. Man was like, man, we'll get you some lobster. It was nice. I don't even like seafood, but it's repeating on me a little bit now. But that was expensive food.
What, you feeling sick?
It's repeating on me. I just hope I'm not allergic to the lobster.
Nah, you just need a drink.
Yeah? What kind of drink? You got anything?
It's like a Fanta or something.
So another moment this year, Giggs, that will go down in history in our culture. I'll paint the picture, the scene. It's Reading Festival, one of the biggest festivals over here in the UK. you jump on stage and people are going crazy for you. The crowd knows every word to every one of your songs. And then you look over your shoulder. Drake runs out. I have never, ever, ever in my life seen scenes like that. Ever. No matter what artist, what genre of music, I've never seen scenes like that.
You know, it's mad.
How did that feel for you? Explain that feeling, bro.
Yeah, no, it was mad, bro, man. He was so mad that, like, I can't even lie. It was just so, like, level fucking 100,000 or whatever. It's hard to do shows now, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, because that was just popping off so nuts. Like, it's just like, when I do, like, other shows now, I'm like, fucking that time was mad though, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of ruined. That's why I'm just going to have a little break from shows now as well. Like, do you know what I mean? Because I remember when my man ran out, I see, like, the hands, like a Mexican wave, like, all the way to the fucking back of the
What did he, when you come on stage, what did Drake say? Because I think even for an artist like Drake, who experiences stuff like that on a regular basis across the world, he must have come up and be like, bro, Giggs, that was mad.
Yeah, no, it was mad, bro. And plus, it's a new track. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, songs don't pop off that
quickly.
You know, them ones that, so for both of us, it was fresh. You know what I mean? That was both doing a fresh track, popping off mad. There's a madness for both of us. You saw my man, he was gas, man, talking we like that bomb and all that. You know what I'm saying? We was both gas, man. Man rolled out like 3 times at a festival, like, you know what I mean? Like,
so obviously you was on tour with Drizzy, and he showed you a lot of love. He's put you on the last project. What's your relationship like with him? Like, is it strictly a working relationship, or is it a friendship as well as the outside of working?
Yeah, but it's not even just him. It's like the whole squad. Like,
I see that. Like your family and his family become family,
yeah.
and that's a beautiful thing.
Even more time, not even more time, but even like if he's about, I won't even be with him. I'll be with the man them, like the rest of the. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how. So.
What was the craziest thing that you saw when you went on tour with him? Because obviously that's got to be an eye opener, right? Like, you've done your own tour, sold out venues. But going on tour with Drizzy must have opened your eyes to some different things as well. What did it open your eyes to? What did you see? What was the craziest thing you saw on that tour that you was like, raw, that's mad?
To be honest, it was more the experience, because that was like the first tour I've ever been on. You know what I mean? You know, man's not allowed to tour.
You weren't allowed to play shows?
Yeah, like, so that was like the first ever tour. So the whole thing was mad, really. you know what I'm saying?
No. Hey, Giggs, that knows that I noticed, yeah, is I feel like you finally worked out your formula in terms of what works for you. Like, when I look at this project, what I'm to them, and I compare it to The Landlord, yeah, I can see that in your head, you finally got a formula. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Like, please correct me if I'm wrong. But just, let me show you my equation and how I got to it, yeah? So with The Landlord project, obviously you had Whipping Excursion, yeah? Which came out and just, like, took over the streets. It was just everywhere, yeah? And then the record that followed that up was Lockdown, yeah? 2 records, very different from each other, but at the same time that had pretty much the same reaction in terms of what they did to the clubs and what they did across the country. Both shut things down. And then I look at the
Galev one.
Yeah. And then I look at this project, What Happened to Them, and then we've got Ultimate Gangster, which is killing it in the clubs already, and that's got your summer 18 checked off. You're at every festival in summer 18, getting them big checks, and that's going to be the record that just goes crazy across the whole of 18. And then of course you got Lingo, we just played there. So it's almost like your Ultimate Gangster is your Whipping, and your Lingo is your Lockdown.
Yeah.
I'm a genius, right?
Fucking mate.
Oh my gosh.
Mate.
Oh my gosh, what is that, a formula? Was that intentional?
There's
or
no formula.
Did it just happen? Because it's just funny how, like, they're very...
I wouldn't say it's a formula, because when I was making Ultimate Gangster, I weren't thinking of Whipping, and when I was making Lingo, I weren't thinking a lot though. Like, obviously the Deneo, I thought people would... I didn't really want to do another Deneo song.
Because you think people would draw comparisons.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought brothers, like, he's trying to go down that road again, you know what I'm saying?
But Lingo is a better record than Lockdown.
Yeah, no, it's a badder.
The production and everything.
It's a badder version. It's a different thing though.
Very different
thing. Lingo is more like a yard man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the Lingo is more
I think like when I'm drawing comparisons to them, I'm not saying they sound the same.
Yeah, no,
but
I know what you're saying.
It's the same energy.
That's what I'm
it's the
saying. I
same
didn't even
feel.
want to do, but then when Danae sent me that, it was just too cold, bro. I was like, fucking, I need to fuck that up, bro.
You need to kill that.
You know me, I'm a cat. So when I hear a bad boy rhythm and that. You know
Mad.
what I mean?
So what happened to them? There's crazy features on there. Who is you most excited about working with on that project? Because you got a lot of heavyweight people on the project. Who was you most excited about getting on a record with? As a fan of music, step aside from everything, business, all that. Just as a fan, who was you most excited about getting on that record with?
It's a weird kind of process, but definitely Chains. You know what I mean? Like, and then obviously Dave, because I wanted to go head to head with him, but even though it wasn't head to head in the end, because I already had the bar, and then he came after, so that's why we're gonna go again. You know that, Dave. But
So we got to just jump in about this because you take this mad seriously. I've been in the room when you've had conversations.
Everyone does. Man.
Is it that competitive?
Everyone's competitive, bro.
But that competitive?
It's not like.
Because I remember seeing you and
like,
Ghetts argue about it. No, it's like
me and Ghetts saying that's personal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That one's personal, but it's sports. So it's like, I don't know. Let's say table tennis or something. Two heavy brothers on the table. You get me? Might be 5-4. I'll get you next time. It's that. Like, sport. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Well, for me anyway, some men just know they're not heavy like that, so they wouldn't look at it like that. You know what I mean? But, you know.
Now, over the last 2 years, bro, I've been back and forth to the States quite a lot. But there's never been an artist from our country that's been played in the hoods. Like, there hasn't. And I remember being in Atlanta was it this year? It was this year.
Yeah.
And I remember calling you and being like, bruh, like, there's man them in the hood driving past playing your records. And he's like, yeah. And then I remember going into the studios and like big artists from Atlanta were playing Whipping Excursion. And I was like, what is going on? You must now know there's a certain amount of pressure on your shoulders, Gigs. Whether you like it or not, and whether you're willing to accept it or not, there's a lot of responsibility on your powers, on your shoulders. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're the first artist in our lifetime that's been accepted into the hood in the States. Now, a lot of people are like, I don't care. I don't care if they like us over there or not. Don't give a shit about their opinion. But as a realist, you have to understand that is where this music comes from.
Yeah, I mean, I care, man.
Yeah.
I want everyone to listen to my
Yeah,
music.
of course.
Bro.
You want to be a global artist.
You get man that act like they don't care,
but they do.
Everyone cares,
Of course
but
they care.
That's why you make
yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Well, some men are like, you know, you get some men
Nah,
like,
everyone cares.
super artists, like,
I don't. Nah.
they're just making it for the art. You might get brothers like that.
Yeah,
you know them ones. But me, bro, I want everyone rolling to my thing in the way, bro.
So do you understand that there is a certain amount of pressure on your shoulders?
No, there's no pressure though. You know what I mean? Because it's not a pressure thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just music. You know them ones. So when everyone's like panicking and just moving mad and making mad moves and doing dumb things and that, that's what's the big deal, bro? Like, what you gotta do is go studio and like enjoy making some music. That's it. You know them ones. If you don't make a good song, you just make another one. You know what I'm saying?
Mad.
So it's never gonna be pressure. Like, I don't even understand the pressure when man are acting the way they, you know what I mean? Like, I just think, all right, fair enough. It's up to you, bro. Like, I'm just over here in the studio vibes with the man them. Because that's what it's all about, really, the moment. Like,
energy that's in the studio, the good vibe.
Like, you know them ones, you got the man them all in the studio, everyone's vibes in, drink, man are getting together, like, laughing, joking, smoking, playing computer, whatever man are doing, making a banger, we all party, vibes. That's what's important there. Like, everything else after that's a bonus. You know them ones, like, do you know what I'm saying? As long as, like, you're bringing people together and, like, having a good time. You know them ones? That's all that you should care about, really, and focus on. Right, like, I'm bringing people together. We had a good time that night. Anything else what happens after with that song that you made.
It's a blessing.
It's a blessing, bonus. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So, that's it.
What other artists would you like to work with going forward? International artists. Do you not sit there?
I definitely has to be a Master P, you know.
Master, that would be so sick, bro.
Some top gangster music, you know
That
what I mean?
would be so
Trust me.
sick.
100%.
Now, obviously, I've seen a lot of artists from around the world hitting you up, and like, you know, from Khalid. Like the list is endless in terms of artists that have been hitting you up and showing you support. Who was that one person for you that when they hit you up, you was gassed? Like secretly, behind closed doors, yeah? When you see the message coming, whether it be a text, a DM, when it come in, out of all the people that have hit you up from day dot, who gassed you up the most out of all the people that had hit you up?
It's for different reasons. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, give me a top three then. Give me a top three.
Like Drizzy, of course, Hitman. Like, I was like, raw, what? I like Coach, I was saying that earlier. I was like, raw, like, hold on. I had to press that, because he hit me up on Insta DM, then I had to press the face and that, thinking, is this legit? Is man having me up? Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
You know, I remember that whole situation. I remember the whole process of that. And then I remember you first being in the studio. And I could tell just from our conversations that you was gassed.
Yeah, I was gassed, man, because I was even having a bad day that day, you know what I'm saying?
I remember
actually, both times my man's hit me up to the tune, I was having a bad day.
Serious?
Yeah, like proper bad days. Like,
I remember.
And then like Swizz Beatz, like
that must be mad.
That's what I'm saying, cause man's like old school, like
grew up on that production.
Yeah, like Rough Rider,
yeah.
When there was beefing, man was Rough Rider. You know them ones, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like even when Seagull slapped that heavy, put your hands up thing, man was still like, nah, man, Rough Rider. Even though he fucked that, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like all the way, you get me. At this time, Buck was fucking rock. And you know Buck, blood, you don't fucking give it a rest. Like, bruv, Siegs, bruv. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that man was like, nah, man, trust me, Jada. You get me? Like, so, like, Swizzy, you know what I'm saying? Original rough, you get me? So it's different. Like, man loves music, blood. You know them ones? So everything is exciting for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, these are brothers, man, like, grew up on or fans of, like, do you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be gassed regardless. You know, you get some brothers that, yeah, no, that was light, man. Yeah, blood. Man's a fan of music, blood. Man, hit me up, blood. I'm excited, blood. Do you know what I mean?
All right, so you said Drizzy, Swizz. Give me one more person that when they hit you up is like, okay, I'm definitely doing something right out here.
I don't really want to say because there's other like moves that's been made like that's not out yet.
Now, why do you think it is, on a personal note again, bro, that when you make these relationships with artists, that they always mess with you? Have you never thought about that? Because when you look at, you know, relationships as per se in the industry, a lot of it, for the most of the time, is a straight business thing. Let's not get it twisted. It's a straight business thing. But it feels like with you, you really nurture and maintain them relationships. Just the way, not even just for the business. Like,
yeah, not with everyone. Some people, I think, what a wally.
Yeah.
What a letdown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know they say you shouldn't meet your idol. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know, man. With me, I just like understand everyone's a human being, bro. You know what I mean? Like some people, like they just see like the artist, like the character. Not saying that people are characters and that, but they just see like
the person on a pedestal as being famous.
Yeah, like, and they don't like
understand.
Then they want to get to know them, or like I'll see man like I don't know. Say like Drake or something. Yeah, he'll be there, or like Fug or something. Yeah, we'll be there. And man are just trying to talk to Fug and his brethrens are there. You know, like I see this, like man will go out, big up Fug and not even big up his man them. Like, you know, it's rude. You know what I'm saying? You know them ones, because they're just like so like starstruck and that, you know them ones, they're not thinking, right, these are normal people. Like, let me big up. That's rude. You know what I mean? Let me have some manners, and then you start chatting to, you know what I'm saying? And everyone's the same. You know them ones, like, they just make music like me and you. Do you know what I mean? Some people you get on with, some people you're not gonna get on with. Like, everyone's different, you know what I mean? But I just see people as just normal people, bruv. And that's it, man.
Giggsy, who have you met and you thought, you know what, you're a Wally, mate?
Nah, I'm not gonna say that, but there's a few of them, man.
Yeah.
A few of them, but you know how it goes, man. I don't give a shit, man. That's it, bro. Man said, who is it? He tried to answer quick, so I just spit out, yeah, my man's a proper Wally. You know, but yeah, nah.
Alright, so bro, obviously, bro.
But there are a lot of Wallies. Trust me. And not even what, a lot of men are just dumb, blood. You know what I mean? Like, just dumb. So you can't even blame them. You just got, he's just a dumb nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's it. Sorry, keep swearing. It's using racial. But
So, bro, mixtape out there right now. Does that mean we're gonna get another album in 18?
I definitely don't think that.
No.
Nah, I said I'm taking a little break, bro, man.
Yeah.
Trust me, man.
I'm gonna talk about a conversation, yeah, that we had in 2014. Do you remember? You won't remember this conversation. You might remember it. So I rang you. I'm like, bro, what you doing, man? You know, what are you talking about? I'm like, how come you're not dropping a project? And he's like, bruv, this was the back end of 14. Coming to 15. And I was like, why aren't you dropping a project, man? Like, it will go off. Just drop something out there. And he's like, bruv, I've got a plan. Got a sick plan. I'm like, what is it? And he was like, bruv, watch, yeah?
I'm gonna body features.
Yeah.
I didn't say I got a sick plan. I just said I'm just gonna body features.
Yeah, you said I'm just gonna body features for the next year, and then I'm gonna go in.
Yeah, because that's when there was a kind of lack of respect again. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when I went jail, there's like, I don't know, man. Like, because brother, man's been making bangers for years. Yeah, I just think people got comfortable. Like, yeah, guest gig, another gigs back. Yeah, it's gonna be a banger, bro. You know them ones like, and then it's like they just started looking for a new gigs. You know them ones. This is when the UK rap scene was like
flourishing.
Yeah, like you know them ones like. So it was just like, forget gigs, man. Who's the next hottest guy? Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? And then I went jail. You know them ones like. So I just had to start from scratch again. I just started from scratch, bro, and just started reminding niggas what time it is. Like, do you know what I mean?
Nah, I remember that conversation. I remember saying, bro, that ain't never gonna work. I was like, you're wasting your time. Why are you doing that, man? I was like, just put a project out. And he was like, shut up, Sloth. Trust me, bruv. I know what I'm doing. I was like, nah, you're wrong, man. You're wrong, bruv. And you was like, bruv, just trust me. I'm going to body everyone on their own records.
Nah, don't say it. I didn't say it like that.
He did say it like that. He did say it like that. He definitely said, he's like, watch, I'm going to body everyone on their own records and then I'll drop something. And I was like, all right.
I didn't even say I'm going to drop something. I just said, because you know me, I don't think like that.
Yeah.
You know, no, I just
But you did say you're going to body everyone.
Nah, I didn't. I didn't say that. Don't say that.
Did. He's like, I'm going to body
Because I ain't
everyone.
even confident like that.
Yes, you are.
With body and bread. Like,
yes, you are,
you know,
man.
you see me, yeah? Let
Why
me
you
just
doing
tell you
this
from
money
now.
thing?
Let me just tell, like, obviously there's couple, man, because you can't, like, you know them ones, you can't really look at it like that, like, because a man could body you and you don't even know you've been bodied, like, you know what I'm trying to say? But me, I just always bring me to the table, like, you know what I'm saying? I know for a fact there's no one on the planet that does what I do, bruv. You know what I'm trying to say? No one, like, and I see this with other brothers when they jump on a tune with me, like, I'll be a fan of someone and then I'll do a tune with them and they're just trying too hard because they're on a song with gigs, you know what I'm saying? And then they don't give me that verse.
Don't give you what you like about them.
Yeah, what I like about them. You know them ones? I always clock that. You know what I'm saying? So me, I just do me all the time. So even if someone's like ripped a tune to shreds, that I know that like when I come in, I'm just gonna do me and you're gonna like that as well. Like, so I just know that I ain't losing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's, so I definitely wouldn't have said I'm gonna body everyone.
You did say that. You did say that. So I'm gonna body everyone and then I'll do something myself.
Look at you with your paper over there. These are your questions. You're a sly one, isn't it?
I just want to know what you think of the show so far, the new show.
Bruv, what is this, man? See? That's not about me. You know what I mean? You nasty piece of work. Look at you. Trying to get that promotion.
So anyway, listen.
The show's good, man. You know me. Man always supports Charlie. He runs rhythms, bruv. I'm not going to lie. Even the other day, yeah. No, actually, no, you don't want to.
Go on, say it.
Nah, I was going to say the other day I was listening to the show and that and just running tune after tune after tune. And I was thinking, raw, bodying. But like it was Limelight took over your show. But but you do mix like that though. You do run rhythm. I know, I've told you bare times like, raw, you run rhythms though. Like tune after tune after tune.
Let's edit that bit out. Cut that little bit out of there.
He was featured on your show. He was rapping. He said,
he's
"Right, I'm doing Charlie show. I got to run rhythms." But you do run rhythms though.
Yeah,
you do run rhythms.
didn't it?
Better. Your show's better than your live show. Like when you play out. No.
That's rude.
Blood.
That is so rude.
Blood, you done me dirty, blood. Let me tell you, blood. Imagine man's doing a show, yeah. Me and Charlie, yeah. We're doing a show, yeah. Where was he? Malta, yeah. He's mashing up the dance, bare bangers, mashing it up, popping it off and that. I'm gonna come on, yeah. Blood, the brothers play Bob Marley, blood.
But that
One
was a
Love,
reset.
blood. They play One Love, yeah. Blood,
reset,
before I'm coming on.
That's a reset.
Like, you know, like,
That's
he's
the
supposed to
clear-
play the mad song, get everyone going, and all that. Then he said, yeah, this is my last tune. And all that. And it was like, One Love. You know, I was thinking, Charlie, what are you doing
That's
to me,
a
blood?
reset, bro.
What's going on?
You know, I wouldn't even do that for
gas
everyone.
for me, like, you know, no
wouldn't even
disrespect
do
to
that for
Bob, that's
everyone.
the big man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's the
you know
reset
that one. But if
record,
it was
bro.
like a yard dance, like a Stone Love dance or something, that would be a big tune, you know that one?
This was the one, right, where you were doing your own sound effects.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I was mash up that night, bro.
In Malta?
Yeah, remember?
See?
But I was
that?
mashed.
He was
But you know what, yeah?
tried to
I forgot my sound effects board, yeah? So I was making the sound effects in my noise.
Oh, like-
I was going, perfect. I was like, Man was looking at this guy is nuts.
You see that?
This guy is
Man played a
nuts.
Bob Marley. Everyone was
No,
like,
but I done
chill.
that for
Everyone
you.
was chilled, relaxed.
I done that for you,
So when I'm
Giggs.
coming, everyone's looking at me like that.
Nah, mate. Nah.
I was like-
Because I killed that so much, yeah? I thought, you know what? I killed that dance
Oh, you wanted to bring it down. Like, you thought, this is going to be mad for Giggs.
That's
like.
what I thought. I
Yeah.
thought Giggs is my boy. I can't let him go
Nah, I
into
hear you, I hear
the
you.
lion's den
Alright,
like
alright,
that.
Fair enough.
Do you know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
just reset. That's like a
Nah,
quick
but you
reset.
run rhythms though, man. Your show's cold, man. You know, you don't have to ask me that. Yeah, me, Mr. Promotion.
All right, so talking about bodying, yeah, and featuring on records. Gotta quickly jump back to this. Let's talk about 3 records that you feel you didn't win on. 3 times you think people have got the better of you.
Yeah,
Keep it 100.
yeah. One of them, 100% Gas Mark 9. Me and Ghetts.
That was horrible.
That. I was on a nah. That,
But it weren't that bad.
Nah, it was, man. It was whack. Do you know where it was? Yeah,
But it weren't that bad. It weren't that much of a loss.
Listen, I just come out of jail. Yeah, I was gassed. This happened twice when I come out of jail. Yeah, I've given whack. These are whack verses. This ain't me being body. I've given whack verses. You know them ones, yeah. This one I just come out of jail. I was gassed. So I've just stopped writing, yeah, and then I went to jail. Hats off. Stopped writing. Went to jail. Come out now. Bare people are like, "Rock, Giggs, let me get that verse." I've just touched road. You get me? Then I went to Ghetts to do Gas Mark 9, but I just wasn't taking it serious because these times I was just so broken that I was just thinking, right, I just gotta get when will it stop done. That's all I cared about. Like, you know them ones, yeah. So I thought, that's all right, I'll just go down, but Ghetts was on me, so that's all right, I'll just go down there and do this little verse. I don't write anymore anyway. This is nothing. Test out my new power. Like, you know them ones, yeah. Gone there, done that. But I just weren't in the right state of mind, you get me? And then another one, Krept and Conan. That what tune was it? The last tune I done with him.
Yeah.
Whack verse again. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, where it was all like the same kind of time. Like, I just weren't like focused. Like, I had mad problems and just thinking about nonsense and just being too cocky, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't get cocky on nothing, not even whack brothers, like, you know, no one's like always. But after, I didn't really notice then, like, when the album was out.
So when you can reflect.
Yeah,
afterwards.
so when the album's out, yeah, and like I completed my mission, then I'll listen back to that, and I was like, H, man, like, just
let yourself go, mate.
Yeah, like, nah, man, dude, those are some whack verses. The third one, I just can't think of, bro.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Alright, well, Giggs, I got your present today, bro. How about that? Your own passport, you're the third person, and your profession is the landlord.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go.
What age you got in there?
Where is it? Where's the age? It says you're immortal.
Better say 25.
You're immortal. Yeah, me and Giggs were born in the same year. We're 30, right? We was born in 87. Can you just clarify that?
Yep.
Don't know. So, bro, you can use that to get into the building anytime now.
And it says it as well for real. Immortal fam. Immortal fam.
All right, Giggs. Always a pleasure to see you, bro.
Slothland.
That's my country, innit? The money's called Slothers.
Hey, you know this picture, yeah? I hate this picture. Let
Why?
me tell you why, yeah?
Why?
Because I remember, like, this is another time when I was low on peas. I just come out of jail, man. I was on the grind, yeah. So I was, like, trying to shave myself, you know, save money and that, you know.
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
Nah, I did that. I didn't look at you. Hey, but listen, yeah. So I tried to shave. First time I shaved, man, I fucked it up, man. So I had to take everything off, you know.
Wait, is that full shave?
That's the result, man.
I've seen that picture gets used quite a lot as well.
Yeah, blood, they rinsed it. I hate it, blood. Like, fam, I had to take off my hair clean, yeah. I was looking mad. And I remember I did a show and some girl came up to me and she goes, I can see what you're trying to do, but just allow it, man. I swear, blood. And that's the fucking picture.
It's crazy. Passport picture for life. Hey, talking about like people sliding in the DMs, bro. What's the DM game like now? Is it mad? Is it ridiculous? Is it just like every day, 100 man, 100 woman?
Yes.
Hi, Giggs.
I give up on it, man.
Yeah, it's just done.
I try, but
I'm the same. There's no point, man. Just can't do it.
People say, oh, you know, I DM'd you and that, like, you know,
I hate that,
you know,
bro.
niggas from the hood, yeah,
That's
they don't
the
really
worst,
know, like,
man. That's the worst.
they don't really know, like, the music game and, like, do you know what I'm saying, about followers and, right? So they might jump on Instagram yesterday, you know, they don't know nothing about
I DM'd
it. Fresh
you, bro.
from the hood. Yeah, I DM'd you, man, you did. I said, blood, man, I'm never gonna see that, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, but, you know.
Mad. Well, Giggs, it's an absolute pleasure, bro. The brand new project, What Happened to Them, is out there right now. An absolute masterpiece when it comes to bodies of work. And, bro, just congratulations on all the success that you've had. More blessings, more life, more winning.
Love. You got the fucking barefaced picture as well. Barefaced passport.
You know what? I hate that picture as well.
Hey, blood.
I hate that. Cause my face is different shape there. That was like, I'm probably like 20 stone now. I was 25 stone there.
One of them fucking, you know them the white boys in the movie that
What
with
ones?
all the gold chains and all that, like
You call me a
like
traveller?
Ali J, like a Ali G.
Ali G. Man, you said I'm not Ali G, you know? Hey, you
That's that look at it, like, you know, like the gold chains.
He's my friend. And you gonna turn around and say I'm not Ali G?
Nah, not like him, but I'm saying the style. Like,
Because I've got the chains on?
yeah, just that look, that
Hey, bro.
that white boy, rude
Hey,
boy. You know?
that's so rude.
That's not from the hood.
So
Kind
rude. I'm not from the hood.
back to Friday.
Hey, you know what? Hey, bro, I swear we went out together that night and I had that same outfit on
I
and you
hope
never
not.
said nothing to me.
I hope not.
Remember that?
Nah.
And you had that granddad shirt on. I was like, bro, why are you wearing that shirt? Do you remember? I got a picture. Don't remember me post that picture on the ground. Do you remember that night? When you had that V-neck woolly jumper on.
Nah, yeah, that was a swag.
Nah, that was dead, bro. He had some golf jumper on. He's like, let's go party tonight. And I'm like, let's go turn up. And I was like, meet me outside the club. I met him outside the club. He had some granddad V-neck.
That was my diamond
Yeah,
socks,
Pringles
like.
king. The diamonds. He had some big collar shirt. And the collar was massive. And he's like, yeah, I look sick in it. I was like, nah, bro. That jumper was dead. And
At least I didn't have that on.
I swear I had that on that night, and you didn't say nothing to me. Thanks, though, bro. Man, so I look like Ali G, you know. The mockery of my life.
Thanks for the book.
Giggs, it's always a pleasure, bruv. Absolutely smashed it as always. The brand new project, What Happened to Them, is out there right now. You just dropped the video for Lingual. Sick video.
Respect.
I know. Yeah. I won't talk about the conversation that we had regarding videos. I'll keep that between me and you. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. He's just not
What we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it anyway.
The
Giggs, it's a pleasure, bro.
Respect.
My love, brother.